Blood magic. Here I will explain you everything we know about it, so get your popcorn or your pillow and make sure to enjoy the story. Blood magic is believed to have ancient origins, possibly tied to the practices of primitive shamans or dark sorcerers, who sought to harness the raw power of life itself. It has been used by various groups throughout history, often for malevolent purposes. One of the earliest and most prominent users of blood magic are the trolls, particularly the Gurubashi and the Amani tribes. Troll priests, also known as blood witch doctors, wielded this magic to heal their allies, curse their enemies, and even summon powerful Loa, also known as spirit gods. The Gurubashi Empire, with their capital in Zul'Gurub, was particularly notorious for its blood magic rituals, including human sacrifices to appease their gods. Also, the Zandalari trolls, particularly their priests, also practice a form of blood magic. There are also the worshippers of Kuhun. They worshipped the old god as a Loa. Known as blood trolls, they would fight their enemies with blood magic. In modern Azeroth, blood magic is largely viewed with suspicion and fear due to its dark nature and the moral implications of its use. It is often associated with necromancy, demonic rituals, and other forbidden arts. Despite its dark reputation, blood magic remains a potent force, with various factions and individuals continuing to employ its power for their own ends, and yet blood magic users are still rare. But I do have two friendly examples. There is Bloodmage Lynnore. She is a blood elf questgiver located in Dremal Furnace in the Blasted Lands. And there is also Kasim Sharim, who is a gnome located in Serpent's Coil, also in the Blasted Lands. These two are rare users of blood magic, and they both have something to say. For example, if you talk to Bloodmage Lynnore, she says,
"Blood magic is shunned by many as a dark and forgotten art. In that and many other ways it shares some distinct characteristic with demonic magic. Here, in the demon-scourged remains of the Black Morass, we believe that our blood studies will flourish."
And if you talk to Kasim Sharim, he'll tell you, he doesn't say anything important towards blood magic. And I have another example of an enemy that uses blood magic. There are the Defias Blood Wizards in the Dead Mines. They use blood magic for combat, for example their ability Blood Bolt, or to assist their allies increasing their strengths, for example their abilities Blood Wash and Rage Zone. Blood magic took on a new dimension with the rise of the Scourge and the fall of the kingdom of Quel'Thalas. The High Elves, in their desperation following the destruction of the Sunwell, turned to fell magic and blood magic to sustain themselves. They renamed themselves the Blood Elves, or the Sin'dorei in honor of the fallen kin. Under the guidance of Prince Kelta's Sunstrider, they siphoned demonic energies and used blood magic to empower themselves. The Blood Elves, with their prince, Kelta's Sunstrider and Illidan Stormrage, who taught them how to siphon magic, were seeking revenge on their fallen brethren. They participated in Illidan's attempt to destroy the Lich King, but Arthas intervened and the two armies clashed. Sadly for the Blood Elves, the undead were victorious at the foot of Icecrown. The surviving Blood Elves returned to Outland along with their prince. A few of them were not as lucky to escape. They remained lost and scattered in the frozen wastes of Northrend. Arthas sought them out one by one, shattering their forces and raising them as vampiric dark fallen, known as the Sand Lane. The Sand Lane, a group of vampiric undead under the Lich King's command, are also practitioners of blood magic. They drain the life force of their victims to sustain their own existence, and wield powerful blood-based spells. These vampiric beings were encountered by adventurers in Northrend during the events of the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. Among these Sen-Lane, the most well-known were Prince Kelaset, Prince Taldaram, Prince Valinor, and their Blood Queen, Lanatel, all of which met their ends by a handful of adventurers. Blood magic has also been harnessed by certain classes in World of Warcraft, most notably Blood Deathknights. These knights, often former heroes turned into undead servants of the Lich King, utilized blood magic to sustain themselves and protect their allies. Their abilities revolve around draining the life force of their enemies to heal their wounds and increase their power. But I'm gonna let Lord Thorval explain Blood Deathknights.
As disciples of blood, you strive to master the very life force of your enemies. Be it by blade or incantation, blood feeds our attacks and weakens our foes. True masters learn to make blood serve more than just their strength in battle. Stripping energy from our foes, both fighting and fallen, allows us to preserve where lesser beings fall exhausted, and every foe that falls, energy sapped and stolen, only further fuels our assault. As masters of blood, we know battle without end. We know hunger, never to be quenched, and we know power, never to be overcome. As masters of blood, we are masters of life and death itself. Against us, even hope falls, drained and lifeless. What are you looking at? Blaze leave.
There is another example of an enemy Blood Dead Knight. Draenor Sarfang challenged the Lich King at the Red Gate. He was taken down with one powerful swing with Frostmourne. The Lich King fed his soul to Frostmourne and raised him as a Blood Dead Knight of the Scourge with a new name, Deathbringer Sarfang, whom players faced and defeated at the spires of Icecrown Citadel. "1998. I'll never forget it. It was the year when those grisly murders occurred in the Arclay Mountains. Soon after, the news was... Oh, wait, wrong script. What I wanted to say, the story of blood magic in World of Warcraft touches on themes of desperation, corruption, and the moral cost of power. Whether used by the trolls to connect with their gods, or the blood elves to stave off their extinction, or even the scourge to dominate life and death, blood magic represents the lengths to which individuals and societies will go to achieve their goals, often at a great personal and ethical cost. Well, that's it. Blood magic is my most favorite type of magic in the Warcraft universe, and I enjoyed talking about it and looking into it this much. Thank you so much for taking your time and watching my video. I did spend a lot of time researching and making it, but I did have a lot of fun making it too. I might make more if this video gets enough attention. That being said, I would also like to hear your suggestions in the comments of what you would like to hear about next. Also, my channel is really small and I would really appreciate it if you would share this video with your friends. And this is where I say goodbye.